Hello YouTube, it's me again. This video diary thing that I'm doing, trying to overcome PCOS. I did not think I would be reporting back so soon, however I've had a lot of good discoveries and I'm pleasantly surprised. Just since the last time I spoke with you, I did find out a lot of interesting information. I was worried about giving up certain things, but surprisingly I did find a lot of good stuff when I went shopping, because I decided it was time to, instead of just buying meal by meal, go ahead and actually make the effort to purchase things and work on my cabinets. I didn't go on a full grocery run, but I did get started. I've also been surprised that just from cutting out the sugar, just in the past few weeks, I've actually managed to, now I don't know if this is permanent, but I have started my menstruation on time, which is really unusual for me. I'm hoping it stays that way. I'm hoping this is a positive thing, because we want to lose weight and we want to have babies. So, I did find some things that I thought were worth sharing. I don't know if a lot of you know different things that you can get. There are restrictions on the diet. Typically, it's like a South Beach diet or an Atkins diet, whichever you choose. However, with PCOS, there are a few things that are different. For example, in the South Beach diet, you can actually have dairy. Well, you can have dairy with PCOS in small quantities, but they typically ask you not to drink milk because it can cause issues with infertility. It's some sort of enzyme that causes your body to release hormones. So, I went on a limb here. I've had I think it's called soy milk or something before, and I wasn't too thrilled with it. So I was really upset that I had to give up my milk. However, I was able to find this. It is Silk Pure Almond All Natural Almond Milk. I know it sounds crazy, but I did like the taste of it, surprisingly. It tastes like almonds. I like almonds, so. And I did think, it's not comparable, it's different, but it is better, and it's a healthy alternative, because then those enzymes aren't releasing the hormones, and we might have a little better luck making a baby. That's the hope. The next thing, this morning, I decided for a snack to get this. It is Breyer's Yo Crunch Vanilla. It's a 100-calorie pack, and it is made with naturally sweetened with Truvia. Truvia is kind of like Splenda. It's from I can't remember the name of the plant, but it is okay. It is good to replace your sugars with things like this. Now, it does have some sugar in it, and that is this right here, the chocolate on top. So, my idea for that is, it's not mixed in yet. I can give this to my husband, he can have chocolate, I can glare at him, and then I can eat this, which has the Truvia, and is good for me, and has less than 100 calories. So, and if you want to splurge and occasionally put this in, it's not a lot of sugar. It's just, I'm trying to cut out sugar. So, if you want to splurge occasionally, it's not a big deal, I don't think. The other thing I was really sad about giving up was bread, because, well, that kind of cuts out a lot of things in your diet. However, I did find and do some research that you can have bread. It just has to be 100% whole wheat bread. And the reason for this is that you want the high fiber, low carb. I actually managed to find this. Sara Lee Soft and Smooth, 100% whole wheat, no high fructose corn syrup, good source of fiber, excellent source of whole grain, and excellent source of calcium. So, I'm going to try this out and see how it does. Let me see here. It does have 3 grams of sugar in it, but compared to the other breads, that's not a whole lot, because I was seeing double digits in the other breads. The other thing I was excited about is I can have peanut butter and jelly. Well, let me start with this one. This is Smucker's sugar-free strawberry preserve. Now, they did have this in the Concord grape too, if you prefer grape jelly, but this has no sugar in it at all. Instead, it has Splenda, which again is a good sugar substitute that you can have. So I was pretty excited about that. The other thing I found was Smucker's Natural Peanut Butter Creamy. This is made completely from real, non-processed peanut butter, basically. And I looked at it. Yeah, it only has 1 gram of sugar. That is not a lot, because typically peanut butter has about almost 30 in some cases, depending on what type you get. So this is a real improvement. It has 0 grams of trans fatty acids, and it's, it seems to be a good thing. I haven't tried it yet, tasted it yet, but, I'm going to experiment here, see how this goes. So those are the things that I found at the grocery store. I did also happen to notice that at my local grocery store, I am lucky because I live out, in the middle of nowhere, farm country. So you have the farmers who are planting and growing and stuff like that. I was able to get my produce for pretty cheap. Now, there are things where it's detrimental, being that some things are overpriced because supply demand. I didn't do too bad. I spent about $50 and I got about 3 or 4 days worth of dinners, snack foods, different things like that, breakfast foods. I thought that was pretty important, a lot of produce. So I'm on my way to starting to the restocking and the changing thing. So we're hoping that's going to work. My husband has agreed to do this with me. He's going to be able to cheat a little more than me if he really wants to, because he's not held to, he doesn't have the disease. So I told him, I'm like, if you want to have things I can't have, you can still do that. But it's more important that I don't have the fatty foods, the junk foods in my house. The next step is to go through and strip out my cabinets and get all of the bad things out. Planning on giving those to friends, family, whoever needs the food. This is kind of cut into my budget a little bit because, well, I can't really go to the food pantry as much. I can get things, but I'm going to be giving away a lot because there's things I can't have. They did have a lot of sweet stuff, breads, things like that. But we're working on it. Another thing that I was able to get, I don't have it over here, but I got whole wheat flour. That way, my mother-in-law, she bakes bread. So that'll save a lot of money making bread by hand with the whole wheat flour instead of the all-purpose flour. So that's going good. The other thing I'm looking forward to is this summer is going to be the farmers market. They have them in Circleville. Sometimes they have them in Laurelville. It switches up a little bit, but I know that almost every weekend in the summer they have farmers market. And that's like Rhodes and all of the little farms around here with the organic foods and stuff. And they sell them for really cheap. So I'm hoping that goes really well. I'm probably going to be stopping in every week trying to find deals and stuff and figure out what's going on. So just a little update, this tiny one, definitely working out for me. Hope to continue to do so. And that's where I'm at right now, guys. So I will update again as soon as I have something new.